Guys, the new patch is live in StarCraft 2. And with that, we have the introduction of 9 new maps. For the very first time ever, as far as I'm aware, we have 9 new maps on the StarCraft 2 ladder. And obviously the ladder maps, they're also the maps that we use in StarCraft 2 tournaments. Now this is big. Historically, we've always had 7 maps added to the game. This time around, we've had 9 fresh ones. One thing that I just want to point out right from the get-go, so we're gonna go over all of the maps today. Look how visually they're all very distinctive. Every single one of them has a separate color scheme, which I really like. Yeah, very, very pretty. Okay, so what I want to do today is go over every single one of the maps and give you my initial impressions. I have seen games on some of them, but for the vast majority, I have not yet seen a match. Some of these have been introduced very recently. So initially, when they first announced the new PTR, the new balance patch and the new maps on the PTR, they had a map called Black Lotus. And Black Lotus was really, really, really bad. To the point where I felt, you know, I felt like I needed to tweet about it. Or I needed to X about it, I guess. Anyways, that map literally had an Overlord pillar in the natural expansion that was so big that you could put 3 sieged up tanks on the Overlord pillar in the opponent's natural expansion. Plus on top of that, it was just gigantic. I'm very glad that Black Lotus did not make it to this new map pool. Instead, we've got a whole lot of maps from the Team Liquid map contest. And we're gonna go and have a look. So this first one, right from the get-go, Google Translate to the rescue. Can we Google Translate? All right, the first new map is called
Alcyone.
Alcyone? All right, that would have been, after 7 attempts, the version of the map name I would have gone with. Alcyone. All right. Here we go, guys. Somebody, by the way, got me these really high quality images for every single one of the maps, which is super cool. It's not how you pronounce it? Wait. It's like Albion, but with a C? Wait. Right from the get-go, we are not in agreement on how this is pronounced. Okay, so maybe it's a little too small to read. Alcyone? Alcyone. 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 I think it's Alcyone. No, Alcyone. According to Google, it is pronounced as such.
Alcyone.
Alcyone. I think that's the coolest pronunciation of the word as well. All right, let's have a look. So I'm gonna try and judge these maps as we normally do. So we have a regular main base over here, little Reaper jump up pad, Overlord pillar right over here. Plenty of space in the main to like build your structures. A little bit of dead space over here for, well, medevac drops, prisms to come in, all that sort of good stuff. Looks like we've got a standard wall over here in the natural expansion for 3 3x3 structures. So you can put your gateway, your cybercore, maybe a Stargate, and you can probably, assuming you're a hero, maybe not, but the other players can put 1 adept right there on hold position and it'll be fine. It looks like there's another little jump up location right over here as well. Fair enough. After the natural, looks like you have 2 third base options. And from there, you have even more expansions to take. There's a high yield Vespian geyser right over here. Same over there. Is that the case as well in the bottom section of the map? No. So the bottom section over here has a bridge that's a little bit different. And 2 regular Vespian geysers right over here. Fair enough. We have a small little mineral wall in multiple locations on the map as well. So there's golden mineral fields over here with rocks that I think can be destroyed to create an alleyway in this area. There's a small mineral field over here that can be mined out, or you can go after the rocks. I feel like the rocks are the much more likely choice. Here's the mirrored gold base over there. These kind of look like golden bases, but I guess they're just line of sight blockers. And we've got a freaking Xel'Naga watchtower too. This map has got a little bit of everything. Yeah. Okay, initial impressions of... I'm gonna pronounce this as Alcyone, but maybe that's not correct. Very good. Yeah, the central area does have a lot of line of sight blockers. So all of these like yellow things are line of sight blockers, meaning that it can be a little bit tricky to see your opponent, I guess. The watchtower will probably not cover that much terrain. If I were to make a guess, it'll probably cover about that much. But it looks like there's a lot of variety. There's rocks over here as well out front. So there's actually quite a bit of space over here if you want to go for like a siege tank push. You can put your tanks over here and maybe bio on the high ground or something like that. But in general, it seems like this is a solid macro map. I'm sure that the rush distance is already calculated. I haven't done it, but maybe the lovely people at Liquipedia have already gotten to it. So this map is made by Volumin. All right, he's made a whole bunch of maps, and the rush distance is 36 seconds. So 36 seconds is very normal. Yeah, the vast majority of maps we see these days are like 33 to like 37, 38 or so. I think that's about right. So far, apparently 2 tournament games have been played on this map. Fair enough. All right, I really like this. How many seconds is that in Imperial? 36. Yeah, thank you for asking. It'll be 36 metric. And if I do some quick math off the top of my head, it'll be 36 in Imperial as well. Yeah, 36 Mississippis. Okay. This one over here also got a cool name. It is called Equilibrium. Try and type that without, you know, making a typo. Equilibrium. That's a difficult one, but it sounds cool. Whoa, you guys are good. I think most of you got it right. At least it looks right to me. Okay, so let's have a look. This map is a little bit different, and I actually kind of miss these maps, as it is vertically mirrored. So rather than having like a diagonal mirror, where like, you know, the top over here is identical to the bottom left over here, we have a vertical mirror here. We don't see that a whole lot. Generally, it can be a bit tricky because it means that the air-to-air space is much shorter than it would be over here, because you would have to fly all the way across. I think this may be an updated version of it. So this map has a 38-second rush distance made by Agaton. I feel like there was another version that had like an extra base somewhere over here, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm confusing a couple of them, but I am not pronouncing it correctly? Wait, what? Okay, Google Translate coming in handy once again.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium? What did I say? Equilibrium?
Equilibrium. Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. Okay. Thank you very much. Professional Englishman over here. It's a longer E. Yeah. Equilibrium. There it is. All right. Let's have a look. So, same overview. Main base. Jump up pad right over there. Large amount of space to put all your stuff. Not very relevant for Zergs, but fair enough. A ramp that leads down over here. Standard wall off size, it looks like. You have 2 third base options right over there. And then this is kind of interesting. Kind of similar to Alcyone. Although this time around, it is not blocked by rocks. We have a gold base that's almost like an alleyway. Plus, it's a gold base with a high yield Vespian geyser. That is definitely a valuable location. If Bly was still playing this game full time, on Equilibrium, this would be his very first expo every single time. Because this is a lot of value. You can mine this out. Like, this is the richest base. Yeah. It's just that it's also in a very vulnerable location. Like, if your opponent decides to attack, you're on the low ground. And I think we've all seen Star Wars. We know how much of an advantage that is. Siege tanks over here, practically impossible to defend. So I can imagine that this base is bait. I think you probably want to treat this as a base that exists only after you've taken all of these other ones. Like, once you've taken all of these, then suddenly this one becomes accessible. I feel like there's going to be a lot of games, especially in the first few weeks, where a lot of people are going to be like, ooh, and then you get punished for it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Looks cool. We have another base up there, and then a Xel'Naga watchtower over here. I'm assuming it will cover about that much space. Give or take. Bottom section of the map will still have a lot of blind spots. And then obviously it's mirrored on the other side. Honestly, again, initial impressions here. Looks awesome. Looks really good. And obviously I'm saying this before I've really seen any games or I've played any games or whatever. So maybe I'll regret my words in a couple weeks from now. But this looks excellent. Xel'Naga watchtowers. Yeah, I see what you mean. But the problem with Xel'Naga watchtowers is that they're usually quite Zerg favored. There's really no reason why Terran or Protoss should have a watchtower against Zerg. One thing that I kind of miss a little bit, and we've had a map recently, I forgot, well, recently, like a year ago, that had a similar spawn setup as this map. I kind of wish that these bases were not like this, and that they had one shared base over here at the bottom instead, because it creates a lot of contest. Right now, it's pretty easy to create a full split map scenario where one player has all of this and the other player has all of that. It'd be kind of cool if we had like a shared base over here at the bottom. I'm always a big fan of that. Was it Stargazers? I think you're right. Yeah. Must have been, yeah, it was Stargazers with the little star over here at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the meta is going to be like with the new multiplayer balance patch. But it definitely does. When you have a full split map that can be taken relatively easily with quite a bit of dead space over here, it seems to invite quite a bit of passive play. But since the map is, you know, just part of the new patch and there's a lot of balance changes too, it might not make that big of a difference. But yeah, Equilibrium looks fantastic as well. Goldenaura. Let's have a look at Goldenaura. Was this a Maris map? One word? Oh no, why is it one word? It is made by Maris, okay. Rush distance of 35 seconds. Yeah, Maris has made a lot of cool maps. Not every single one of the map makers has a Liquipedia profile, but Death Aura, Disco Bloodbath, Everdream, Goldenaura, Lightshade, Moondance. I mean, Romanticite, Stargazers. Yeah, this is the map I was just discussing. So what I meant is like you have one shared base here at the bottom. So if you have your entire side of the map taken, you need to take one of the bottom bases and it creates contest. So you can't turtle as hard. But anyways, let's see. I guess we'll have a look at this map from the bottom right corner. Okay, base over here. Jump up space right over here. Standard ramp down towards the low ground. Little bit of airspace over here that's empty. Looks like a standard wall off right over there. 2 third base options. Another base up there, another base over here. Rocks over here to, I guess, make pushes a little bit different. Okay, so that is a shared base over there in the top right, as well as a shared base in the bottom left, actually. I still see a face. A lot of people made fun of me, but I kind of see a face over here with like little ears. And then like, you know, big shoulders right over here and then his arms coming down. A lot of people are like, Lowko, you're an absolute idiot. And you're right. It's like a Cyclops, you know? Anyways, that's how I remember this map. There's 2 shared spaces, it looks like. So there's a base over here in the bottom left. Very far out there, though. Like, you go from this base all the way over there. You'd have to go all the way like this. It's a long distance. Same, obviously, for that one. Very long distance. And then the base in the top left. A little bit closer by, and I guess a little bit more accessible because it's flat space. Yeah, there's a good chance that at some point we'll have games here where one player takes the top right and the other one takes the bottom left. You see a bodybuilder with puny legs? He's a proper gym bro. Why do legs when, you know, you can just wear long pants instead? Looks like a good map though. Watchtower over here. It'll cover a bunch of space. I don't believe there's a watchtower up here. Oh no, there is actually. There's a watchtower over there too. A little hard to see because it's like gray on blue. Looks excellent. Really nice. Alright, next up. Heartlit. I pronounce this as Heartlit, but I've heard a couple other commentators pronounce this as Heartlit. It's definitely Heartlit, no? Am I mistaken? It's gotta be Heartlit. What's the spelling? Lit. Or lead. That's the whole problem. Heartlit, Liquipedia. Let's have a look. This one is made by May on Fire. Okay, she's made a lot of maps too. Yep. Cosmic Sapphire, Curious Minds, Dragon Scales, Royal Blood. And then apparently Heartlit. 32-second rush distance. So that's definitely a little bit shorter than the other maps we've had a look at today. Okay, let's have a look. So main base, jump up pad, ramp that leads down over there, natural, standard wall off, 2 third base options, 3 third base options even if you want to go for the forward expo. Base over there, watchtower over here. I mean, I think we're starting to notice a theme, right? All of these maps have a very similar thing going. Now that's of course the main advantage of having a 9 map pool, right? Other than like maybe the meta going a little bit stale. You have 1 extra veto, so it can spice up the tournament games a little bit. I think with 9 maps, we can also have some more experimental features. Like not every map has to be amazing, if that makes any sense. All of these so far that we've had a look at, all very normal. All very good, don't get me wrong. But none of them particularly spicy. Hackett, 33-second rush distance. This is the map with the cursed bridges. In my mind, this is not symmetrical, but it is. And yet, it does, like, in my mind, because of the angle of... No, they cannot be destroyed. But in my mind, this does not look quite right, but it is symmetrical. We already tested this in the past. Dude, there's hippos, look at them. Massive hippo, just chilling over there. Same for one lad right over here in the top left. Okay. Main base, large space, jump up pad, 2 steps, natural, standard wall off, 2 third base options. The next base over there though and over there are definitely a little further out. Yeah. Feels like there's a lot of empty space over here in the middle for some reason. I guess there's another base over here too. Maybe not. I actually did not notice these bases. There's 2 more bases over here in the middle. Kind of feel like these could be like... Ah, yeah. I was gonna say, I kind of feel like these could be golden bases. These have that really cursed thing. Where a couple of the mineral fields are blue and the other ones are yellow. How do we feel about this? Mapmakers have dubbed this as a hybrid base. Where half of the minerals are regular and the other half are gold. Yeah, you love it? I'm not sold on it personally. But it's kind of a cool idea. So 4 of them are yellow, the other 4 are blue. Just fair enough. Regular gas geysers, it seems. I think 6 golden mineral fields makes a better choice, but anyways. This will still work out, of course. You can mine that with a couple less workers than you would a regular base, and still get the regular amount of resources. Yep, looks like a good map as well. Can't complain. Oceanborn. Let us have a look. Oceanborn. This one's made by Maris. Okay, 34-second rush distance. This is an underwater map. If you're a map maker and you want to do well during the Team Liquid map contest, there's one little trick that the map judges and tournament organizers don't want you to know about, okay? There's usually good money on the line. You ready for this? Here's what you do. You make the map underwater. You make it so that corpses float to the surface. I swear it gives you 5 additional points by everybody. The StarCraft community loves underwater maps. I'm a bit guilty of that myself as well, but underwater maps always do well. I'll be drawing it out from the bottom, right over here. Started from the bottom now. Okay, main base, jump up pad, second jump up pad. Oh, yeah, this map has one gigantic, glaring, obvious issue, guys. On this map, there is a giant sea monster that is going around in circles between these bases over here. It's going around like that, right? And you don't see the monster itself, you only see the shadow. The problem is, that shadow is only at the bottom of the map. If you spawned at the top, you don't have a shadow. Because of that, there's the spawn imbalance, dude. Whenever I see this map, I always find myself following around the big sea monster. Yeah, nobody cares about it but me, but I care. Nah, it's not a big deal, but I do find it very distracting myself. Alright, standard wall-off over here, natural, third base options in 2 locations. It is definitely a loco problem, absolutely. Just remember that next time you play a ladder game and you see the giant shadow, remember what I said, okay? I'm just kidding, you guys don't play the game. A lot of path of, or a lot of line of sight, there you go. Blockers over here in the middle. Lots of tall grass to go Pokemon hunting. There's actually so many line of sight blockers, look at that, there's so many. There's more. Whoa, 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 it just keeps going, man. I've probably moused over a few and I've missed them. There's line of sight blockers left, right, and center. You can hide your entire army in the tall grass. Wait, somebody said I mispronounced this map too. I have been pronouncing this as Hackett. Is that not correct?
Hecate.
Hecate? No!
Hecate. Hecate. Hecate.
What does it mean?
Hecate. Hecate. Hecate.
Yeah, a goddess in ancient Greek religion. The goddess of boundaries, transitions, crossroads, magic, the new moon, necromancy, and ghosts. Wow, she had a lot of jobs. Yeah, no. Worst map name by far so far. This kind of reminds me of Jagannatha. Or was it Jagannatha? Hecate? Oh, man. Okay, next one. Radhuset Station. Radhuset. What's that then, chat? Wait, this is a metro station in Stockholm? What? Radhuset Station. Heavily inspired by Kijkwijzer Station. Remember that map? That is a map from like 2012. Okay, 2016. I was close. Wait, it's a two-player map first played in 2014. Okay, well, anyways. Oh, all right. You know what, guys? I was just talking about having more experimental maps. We might be getting onto something right now. Okay, what is going on here? A rush distance of 43 seconds. Whoa. That's massive. That is huge. Okay, so main base. Sorry, no, Lowko, get your brush tool. Main base, yes. I guess this is technically a Reaper jump up pad, but it usually doesn't come from the natural. Natural expansion over here, and then 2 third base option. This one, however, has a couple of small mineral fields on them, so you can't super fast expand, but it's technically a pocket base. These look destructible to me, but it also looks like it would take you about 5 minutes to kill all of this. Natural expansion is obviously very exposed. Like, you could probably build a Tempest over here and shoot your opponent's natural. I'm not sure exactly how that works out, but okay, this is what I was talking about, though. This is definitely a little bit more experimental. Really only one option over here, it seems, for another base, and then one up there, too. There is a golden base over here, but that really only makes sense if this is destructible, because otherwise you would not have an easy time getting over there. Like, that is so far out. Okay. I don't know, dude. You might be able to position a siege tank over here. Yeah, you can definitely put a siege tank over there. That's definitely in range of your opponent's natural. This is an instant veto candidate? Well, I mean, personally, this will probably end up on my veto list as well. Mostly because playing StarCraft is really hard as it is. But when it comes to watching the game and casting the game, I'm always a fan of maps like this, because everybody is going to be playing this map differently, which is really cool. Anyways, golden minerals over here. Regular gas geysers. Watchtower in an interesting spot. These are definitely not mineable. These are all just decorative. And then we have these really cursed looking pyramids. These are definitely built by aliens. 100%. Yeah, 100%, dude. There's aliens in StarCraft? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. This definitely is the spiciest map that we've had a look at so far. Like, the rush distance is also super long. Like, if you want to go across the map, my god. It takes you 7 minutes to get there. 7 minutes, also known as 43 seconds. That's what she's... No, I don't want to talk about it. Interesting map layout for sure. Very different than the other maps. The first 6 that we've had a look at here are all very normal. This one is definitely very different. Alright, next up. Site Delta. Made by Chrono. Okay. 35-second rush distance. A macro map designed with a tight choke. Big fan. Alright, main base over here. Jump up pad over here. Little ramp leading down from the natural. Lots of space to build all your stuff. Dead space over here. 2 expansions you can take. Third. You can take another one. Then you can go a little bit, yeah, further inland. This looks a lot more normal compared to the previous map. Yeah, a couple of line of sight blockers over here. No watchtowers, it looks like. No shared bases either. But taking all of these would take a long time. Yeah, I guess this would be more reasonable. So this would be the halfway point. Yeah. Looks like a good map. It could definitely be some of these map pronunciations. It could definitely be American English versus British English. Maybe we should all give them Dutch names instead, guys. Amsterdam Centraal Station. Shall we go with that? Diemen Zuid. Let's just go... Let's just go with Dutch map names instead. Scheveningen. Guys, repeat after me. Scheveningen LE. You know, from the famous poem? Schat, ik heb een schip in Scheveningen? You guys suck at pronouncing words. I can't believe it. Okay, look, some of these map names, I may mispronounce them. Mostly because nobody knows. Nobody knows. Alright, this last one is called Solaris. I like Solaris. The only problem I have with the name Solaris is that there's a pro player named Solar. Okay, wait. It's actually pronounced Radhuset with a little circle on the letter A. Alright, Google. Google, tell me how to pronounce... recognize... It's Norwegian? Ah, it's Norwegian for like city hall. I think that's what the English word would be, right? Yeah, the city hall.
Radhuset.
Radhuset? Oh, Radisson Station? Radhuset?
Radhuset Station.
Bro, it just changed entirely.
Radhuset Station.
Huh? That makes...
Radhuset. Radhuset. Radhuset Station.
She just stops pronouncing any of the letters. Where's Selderic? Well, Selderic is Swedish. Oh, it switched to Danish. But it said when I just Googled it that Radisson Station is in Stockholm, which would be in Sweden. No? All right, let's set it to Swedish. There it is.
Radhuset Station.
Radhuset Station. Very nice. I think we should go with American. Can I set this to American? I'll just go with English.
Radhuset Station.
Radhuset. Radisson Station. There it is. I think that's correct. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, map makers, they try their very hardest. Not every single one of them, but a lot of the map makers try their very hardest to come up with the most obnoxious map names ever. They could go with so many funny ones too, man. But for some reason, we're gonna just call it the central train station that happens to be close to our home. I don't know, that's what I assume. I assume that the map maker from this particular map is from Stockholm. Train station LE. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, our last one, Solaris. Jump up pad, stalker location, no wall, or sorry, no ramp over here. 2 third base options, another base over there, another base over there. This one feels really far away. High yield gas over on that low ground, excuse me. And then we have a lot of these speed circles. I've seen a couple games on this map. It was actually kind of cool. You can, say for example, there's a line of siege tanks over here and you want to stim in with your marines. It's actually pretty doable. Like, it feels wrong to stim into sieged up tanks, but like Zerglings are super fast. The tank can only shoot like once. So there's definitely going to be moments on Solaris where you think you're going to be safe with your siege units set up over here. And then, you know, a split second later, there's an army on top of your siege line. Yeah, there's high yield gases over here. Cool. Yeah, so basically these are speed circles laid on top of like overlord pillars, I guess. You could definitely hide an overlord up here if you want to. But basically only the outside of this circle is accessible for units. Other than flying units, of course. So you could probably rally a medevac to go through a bunch of these things. Somebody will have to do the math on whether or not it's quicker to like touch the speed circles. Like, is it faster to go across the map like this? Or would it be beneficial to go like this? I would imagine going like this would take too much effort, but you can get across the map real fast. Lowko from the map makers, I know they struggle to come up with names. Give me 20 StarCraft 2 map name ideas that have not been used before. Okay, here we go. Generating answers. Crimson Citadel. A fortress-like map. Oh, it's giving me descriptions as well. Okay. Crimson Citadel. That's kind of good. Frostfire. Hey, that's good. Lunar Colony. That sounds awesome. Oasis. Paradise Lost. Okay, I would go with Lost Paradise. But still sounds pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Quantum Realm. A map with a sci-fi theme? Ruins of Ire. A map with a Protoss theme. The map is the ruins of a Protoss homeworld. Shadow Realm. A map with a dark theme. Hang on, Lowko, these are just Overwatch map names? Wait, are they? Give me some StarCraft 2 map names based on America. Chat, you were trying really hard to come up with American map names. I'm sure Bing can do a better job than you. I'm sorry. Hate to break it to you. Liberty Bay. Grand Canyon LE. Area 51 LE. Let's go, dude. Mount Rushmore.